Hello everyone, welcome back to Crypto Warehouse. I am Brogan and today I am with Mike as always.
Hello.
You do.
Welcome back. It is September. Is it September the 25th today?
Yes, 25th.
25th of September, 11 o'clock. I am joined by Hollywood himself, Brogan. We're going to go through the hybrid show today. And what the hybrid show is, coins that we think have potential to grow. Today we're looking at CRV, we're looking at Mana, we're looking at ALGO. After that we're going to have some news. Normally that takes about 45 minutes and then we get on to the quiz. Today we are also going to take a quick look at the markets and Bitcoin. There's been some price action on Bitcoin that I want to take you all through, basically to give you couple of ideas of where I think we're going to go, and then we'll get on with looking at CRV. But before we do any of that, as customary, please follow us, like us, smash the like button, the love button, whatever you've got, whatever you do, press it or the close button. So if you're on one of the channels that we have, make sure that you press one of those buttons. So do you want to take us through the markets now?
Yeah. I'm frozen. Oh no, I'm back. I'm not doing that. I was gonna, last stream we had in the office, I had the background. Well, I actually found the Crypto Warehouse background, but it just wasn't working. So I'm not gonna bother. All right, well, yeah, let's go through the market then. So the boring part, which never changes and it never will change. It seems like it will always forever stay as this, and nothing will ever change. We've got the Bitcoin dominance at 48.9%, surprise. Ethereum 18.2%, surprise. They've never changed. Market cap $1.04 trillion, at least that changes. And 24-hour volume $22.46 billion. How interesting. Yikes is here. Hello, Yikes. Who else is here?
Good morning, Yikes.
Roxette, as always, 3 months left for Christmas. Yes, I'm very excited. Well, if you don't celebrate Christmas, whenever your holiday is, I hope you're excited too, because I'm very excited. I'm more excited for the cold weather than anything else.
You know what I can't wait for?
What?
The hot chocolate.
Yes.
The Bailey's hot chocolates.
Yes.
The Christmas pudding, the turkey.
Echo? Surely not. I have no idea. I don't know. Maybe it doesn't. Whatever. We'll probably be fine. I didn't know you finished the sentence. Fine. I know, but it's hard for me not to. It seems like I'm talking to myself because you're on push talk. I feel like I'm a crazy man. All right, 24-hour. Okay. We've actually got something interesting. Aptos at 8.5%. Don't know who they are. Huh? That's it. What I want. Pepe 4.74%. Ignore that. Don't look at that. It's lying. Axie Infinity 3.38. Yeah, it's fun enough. Whatever. More fun losing. Toncoin, I wouldn't consider this. I mean, like, to be fair, we've seen actually. Well, look at the graph. Maybe ignore that. 3.23%, XRP 3%. Yeah, I don't like looking at the small numbers. I like looking at the big ones. Here we go. Okay, Immutable, 15.28%. Pepe, 11.8%. Chainlink, 11% as well. All right, so we actually got some. And Curve DAO, it's a DAO token. Who cares? Optimism, 9.81%. Thorchain, 8.74%. This is, yeah. I think we've talked about these ones before. That's the cross-chain, lending thing. I think it is. Quite interesting. Very good project. All right. Well, I think that's pretty much it for the market. Though I think we're gonna do something on Twitter though. You can talk without having to push talk them.
I don't need to talk. You're doing perfectly fine as it is.
Like I'm talking to a brick wall though. All right. Let me have the volume a bit quieter. Hopefully that shouldn't be too loud. Not loud and slightest. Let me fix this.
Ever a place I could,
there we go.
Ever a place I could be that I'm not going to get in trouble, it's going to be at FTX.
Right,
Ever
so
a place I could be
1
that
month
I'm
before
not going to get
FTX
in
collapsed,
trouble,
Shark
it's going to be
Tank's
at
Kevin
FTX.
O'Leary said, if there's ever a place I could be that I'm not going to get in trouble, it's going to be at
It's
FTX.
going to be at FTX.
Well,
Ever a place I could be that I'm not going to get in trouble,
I'm not going to
it's
say
going to
anything.
be at FTX.
Oh, it's keep on playing. I'm not going to say anything.
Thing is,
Yeah.
that every celebrity associated with FTX has been sued by the SEC or this guy. This guy has not been sued by the SEC. He's been allowed to say what he wants about crypto all the time. He said clearly that he is a supporter of FTX. He shilled FTX, and yet he still hasn't been called in front of the SEC.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. It's ridiculous. It's wrong. It's wrong because when you see someone big like this who's been on multiple of these shows where you invest, in projects, he's quite obviously I know it's all a TV screen and he has done business like that though, but you can't trust him. You want to say like, oh, he's a businessman. He knows what's good and what's not. You've seen him multiple times on multiple seasons of like Shark Tank, etc. Assessing businesses and investing in it, and then for him to go and say, oh yeah, I trust FTX. If I would trust his opinion. He's a businessman. He knows what he's talking about, and unfortunately, it was shilled. It wasn't really real for him, and yeah, he hasn't been punished for it. So,
exactly.
Anyway,
so, big question by Yikes.
Yeah. And
just to let Yikes know, my favorite token is not BNB Yikes. It's Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the one true crypto king.
Okay. Well, moving
Just
swiftly on
that.
to that. No, go on. All right. Bitcoin chart.
Bitcoin chart.
Yeah.
You don't have to keep looking at me. I know it's force of habit. Just look at the camera.
I know, but when you're quiet, you're not saying anything. I don't know if you're like looking at me as like, oh yeah, like this, that, the other, or what.
So Bitcoin. The reason we put this chart in today, very quickly, we had a bearish pennant which played out precisely. We've got two directions for Bitcoin to go now. We can return to the volume area profile, which is at 26.6, or we can continue down to somewhere in the region of about 25.8 to 25.7. So they're the two areas that we're looking at. We are incredibly oversold on the hour, the 4 hour, not about the day. We're not quite oversold on the day, but we do have bullish divergence on the day. Mild bullish divergence on the day. So what I would do is I would sit on the sidelines. I would wait for Bitcoin to either reclaim something like 26.4 or see if it gets down to 26,000. If it breaks 26,000, it's going to come down to 25.6, 25.8, around there. I'm not trading. There's no news that's going to bring us up. There's nothing positive on the horizon. which is why I'm still think we're going to hit 20 to 23,000. That's it, really, Brogan.
All right. All right. Yeah. Let me put my bottle away. All right. Well, moving on to our first token of the day. On. Sorry. One of the platforms are on. I'm watching it, and it's really far behind. And I wanted to see if the chart, the sidebar moved. Lagging. There we go. There we go. I know, but you know, want to make sure. Okay, fine. What's behind Curve Finance's mass token exodus? Curve Finance lately scaled a considerable token motion with thousands and thousands of CRV tokens have been transferred from selected pockets. What was the character of this switch, and what implications would possibly it maintain for the worth pattern CRV? Okay. In latest put up by Lock On Chain, it was famous that a new. What have I said? What is it? What am I reading? In a latest put up by Lock On Chain, it was famous that a new pocket created greater than 24 hours in the past initiated a switch of 3.18 million. This is definitely like AI generated or something. Curve Finance tokens from Binance. It's got me off. As of press time, these tokens have been valued over $1.4 million. Does it not give like an overview of what it is? I might have to get the website then. I'm not reading this. Let me find the Curve website. Alright. Well. I found the website. It's like there's no website. Hold on. Alright, here we go. I've found something. Okay. So, Curve is DeFi's leading AMM automated market maker. Hundreds of liquidity pools have been launched through Curve's factory and incentivized by Curve's DAO. Users rely on Curve's proprietary formulas to provide high liquidity, low slippage, and low fee transactions among ERC20 tokens. Those resources aim to help new and existing users to become familiar with the Curve protocol. Right, okay. Okay, so it's a pool creation platform, liquidity pool creation platform on ERC20. All within that, the chain. Okay. This is a pretty good idea. Well, I'm not getting into that too much. I wanted to go on to the graph. This is actually a good graph. We've got 3 graphs today. All 3 tokens. We've got this one, Decentraland or Mana, and ALGO. One of them is a pretty bad graph, but you know, we'll get onto that when we get there. So,
is that ALGO by any chance?
Let's have a sneak peek. It's actually not. It's Mana. Mana was a terrible graph.
Okay.
Graph. So, and I gauge my graph expectancy based off. It's got an up part or value area high, value low, and a vacuum. When you see that, you know you're in a good place. So what I've got here, we've actually got this value here. I'm getting to that first. Actually, I want to like slowly zoom in. So if we go out. Okay, it's frozen.
What's up?
Training V first.
It does that all the time.
I'll refresh. Sorry. Alright, there we go. Close this crap. Let me hide that. Okay, so the text as well. So I want to look at if there was a point at which we're at multiple times. So there's one up here at 0.556, but I highlighted the one on the bottom, which was 0.381. So I think this is probably a long-term price because we bounced off it like 3 or 4 times now. So just something I wanted to point out. But going back to the important part, which is actually what's going on currently with this token. So we've got a, actually, there we go. We've got a value area low of 0.444. Actually, if I extend this, we'll probably see a bit better where we are in terms of prices. Actually, okay, so we've actually got, there we go, perfect. So I'm not going to look at that for now because we've got this. So actually, you know what? I'll draw a line there. All right, so we've got very low. So support, where I think, you know, if we hit down here, we do have this area just below red. So we're currently at a vacuum between this orange. But on the lower side, we do have some resistance, you know, going between about 0.5 and 0.46. So, you know, we won't fall directly down with one wick or one candle all the way down to 0.438. But if we do fall downwards and there's an overarching volume to bring us down, I think we will see a 0.437 for curve. Now on the upper side, like I said, we are in the vacuum. So but where we are right now, with 0.511 going to pretty much right here, 0.559. I think that we could very easily move upwards to 0.559 and then enter here, and then we'll probably stay within this range of 0.559 to 0.557 on curve. Now, you know, I wasn't going to highlight this, but, you know, this is probably be a bit maybe longer term, is 0.6, 0.61, 0.615. So this is a value. So if we look, so the two highest volumes in terms of length. So we've got this one at 615 and then the one at the bottom. So we've got, so two overarching points I see is 0.613 and 0.438. So that would be, if we, okay, I forgot about this. You can shift and do that. So if we go upwards to, you know, on the upper end, the more positive side, we could see, I can't do it anymore. There we go. We could see about, you know, a 10 to 12%, or a 10% increase, and then only really a 2% from then on, and kind of, I think we might stay within here for a bit. You know, breaking past that would be, I can't click. Breaking past that would be about 20%, but obviously we've got a lot to go through to get there. So, you know, that's probably not as likely as I'd hope.
Question for you.
Yeah.
We've had a question from one of our channels. What's a good
well, obviously I like to give both sides, you know, of the coin, whether it be going down or going up. If it was to go up, oh, I've just moved the whole thing actually. There we go. Okay, fine. I won't talk about that. Well, if it comes down, which it could very well do, I think it could reach towards 0.438. Now, if it does go down, we do break past the red line, then I would aim towards about 0.438 or 0.444, down about 12% down.
So in cents, is that 44 cents?
Yeah. So
right.
About
so
44 cents on the bottom. Obviously, you know, I want to say that but we don't, you know, 100% know if it'll go up or down. I mean, we can kind of indicate if we had RSI, but we don't.
Let me ask a question then. Right. Not the actual bottom value. What's the range that they should be looking to buy at? So not a precise amount. Is there a range of like 44 to 48 cents, 44 to 46
all right,
cents?
fine.
Because obviously you're going to DCA into this. You're not going to buy at one single price. Is there a range?
I would say there. Maybe, possibly, yeah, 0.475 or 47.5 to 40, 0.438. On the bottom, like I said, we're in a vacuum, so it could go up.
So that's 44 to 47 cents.
44
right,
to 48.
Okay, we need to move on now.
All right. Decentralized price analysis. Will Mana reach 0.51 this year? So Mana has been facing a significant downfall in its price for a long time. The token is following a bearish trend line that the price gave a fake out on 17th of April 2023, but the price crossed the 200-day EMA. But on the next day, the price faced rejection from the 70-cent resistance level and continued to make lower lows following the bearish trend line. Let's see that graph then. I'm I'm not even going to bother looking at this. I don't even know what I'm looking at. This is the problem as well. Like, if you draw a graph and you don't know what you're looking at, you might want to cut back on what you're doing, because there's no point of drawing a graph if you don't know what you're doing. And there's no point of drawing a graph.
Absolutely.
Because I'm ghostly white. You know, this monitor does me day. There's no point of drawing a graph if you've got about like 6 indicators, and a person who might be within trading can look at it and not know what's going on. So it's just a bunch of lines. So I'm not gonna look at that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I mean, this makes sense. I agree with this. But what's their guess? Okay, so we've got some numbers. So to ascertain a short-term uptrend, the token needs to undergo a successful retest of the support level at 0.28, followed by a breakout above the ascending trend line and surpassing the last lower low. However, if the price fails to maintain these support levels and instead breaks below 0.28 and 0.23, it could signify a continuation of the downward trend in the price. Well, let's have a look at it. So they're saying, oof, that's rough. They're saying down here. Okay, let me make this bigger.
Just a quick one. Has the article explained what the Mana token is?
No.
So it might be a good idea to.
Yeah, I want to do that curve. I can run. I just go for the graph. All right. So it's Roblox, but it's Web3. So we've seen this a couple times. Decentraland, make new friends, explore diverse events, and spark your creativity in a virtual world built and owned by its community. Okay, so there's nothing really here which I want to go into, which is we've covered this a couple times before. Yeah, there's nothing I really want to go into because it's quite basic. It's just it's like Roblox. It looks a bit different and it's Web3.
Yeah, I mean, all I wanted was just
quick,
an explanation of what the token was.
Oh right, yeah, okay. It's probably for like making assets and buying assets and buying things within the virtual world. So yeah, that's pretty much it. It's not really anything too exciting. So I'm gonna make this a bit longer so we can actually see what's going on. Okay, yeah. So this is a rough graph from what I've seen. So we've got our highest point of volume is like directly above where we are. So we've seen we've been within this range. Obviously, volume changes. We've been within this range, but currently the range is between, like, you can see by 0.29 or 29 and a third. Maybe not a third. Yeah, actually no, kind of. Well, within, let me draw a circle. The easiest way of doing this is to draw a circle. So within this area, between, can't press shift. There we go. Within this, it's like 1.5%, not even like 1.1 on a third percent range. We've been in. Well, we've gone up obviously, but currently here, like this range, we've been here for a while now, or not really a while. But yeah, a couple of days actually. No, we have been a while. Is due to this fact that the volume, the highest point of volume which we have on this graph, is actually right where we are. So it's like we're at the lid of the bottle, and we're trying to go up again. It's quite hard, but there's water, below us, keeping us up, so it's quite hard for us to move right now. And that being, we've got significant support. If you looking at it, you've got this. If I zoom in more, you've got this area here of support. You've got heavy support, and if you look throughout the graph, we've not really got much else to look at in terms of volume. So this is really only the concerning area I want to look at. I've completed the whole thing. There we go. So we've got this support here, about 0.5%. So it's very hard for us to go down, but on just as much, we've got this area, even having the strongest point at 0.2944. We've got really hard resistance. So we're stuck between two like cement walls.
Yeah.
So it's very hard for us to actually do anything, and we've seen that over this time period of like, what was that, 7 days, a whole week pretty much. We've seen that over a week, just how we haven't really moved at any point, like just roughly $1 maybe either side. Getting even worse, a couple of days ago, 4 days, we've not moved, and currently with what the volume's telling us, we're not really going to move anytime soon with Mana. So in terms of price area, there's not much for me to go off in terms of me saying it might go down to here, it might come up to here, because the range of which it will move is so small that I don't want to say anything, because it's it's minimal. Even if you bought it now and it was the lowest, it can only go up like 0.00 like 7 cents. So I'm not gonna say anything.
Where are we compared to the all-time high on Mana? You zoom out to the weekly.
Yeah.
How far off are we?
Yeah, I'm off the week. Quite rough. Well, the highest ever reached, $5.90. Well, would you look at that? $5.90. So we're well, actually, I can do this. It's almost like another Pepe. We're 92% down. Oh, I can't get. It's so drastic. I can't even get in the same graph. Yeah, we're 95% down.
Just like every other coin so far.
Yeah.
So whatever we do, we're in the accumulation phase.
Yeah. So if you bought it now and ignored it and forgot about it, it would go up.
Perfect. Should we move on?
We're back to a good graph. That was a dip, but we're back now. Algorand price analysis. Will ALGO continue its slump? ALGO has been recording a negative development in the price of the token. It's currently trading at whatever. Down 97%. Yeah, okay. Token has been a strong downtrend for a long period of time. The price recorded a loss of almost 56% in the last 6 months and 69% in the last year. The price recently broke down below its support of 10 cents and is currently trending below it. Now 87 cents. Wait, what? What? Oh, okay. Now 87 cents is actually support for. Ignore that. I don't know how 87 cents could be support when we're. Maybe they meant maybe they meant 0.087. They probably meant 0.807. Okay. Additionally, the price broke down. Okay, fine. I'm not looking at that. So what they're saying then? Let's go to the conclusion quickly. The price is currently in a downtrend. If the price has to move in an uptrend, then the price has to break the major short-term resistance level of 15 cents with an immense trading volume. On the other hand, if the price breaks down the 0.087 support level, then the current downtrend will continue. Oh, if it breaks below that, we'll carry on going. Okay, so basically, we've got support of 0.087 and a resistance of 15 cents. So let's go back. What do they have? Let's see. Oh, they've actually got their graph. That's kind of cool. Oh, there's ads in the way. I can't zoom in. So what they're saying. So they haven't drawn anything on this though, which is a shame. So I'm not gonna look at that. So they were saying 0.087. So I've got 0.96. So I've gone off basically what I've been given. So their stuff's probably quite long term. So for example, if I drew volume, like all the way back here. It's not drawing column actually. let me hide this quickly. So if I went backwards, it's not drawing. Hold on. I don't know why the volume's not drawing for me. Is it because I already have one? Well, you know what? My point doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So what I have differently. You know what? Let me refresh. Okay, I think the volume's broken. Let me refresh it. There we go. It's back now. That's way too high. Actually, no, it's not. It's fine. We've got a bunch at a lot of volume. Value very low. Volume at. Oh, interesting. Have I drawn? I think I've accidentally drawn 3. Oh, I've drawn. Oh God. Okay. The chart lagged, and I've drawn like 7 volumes. All right, there we go. Okay, I'll do my point in a bit. Okay, so we've got so obviously their range is probably a lot different. So my range I did was spanning backwards towards 17th of July. So I wanted to do it within the Fibonacci period which I drawn. So obviously so this is probably more shorter term than what they're saying. So it would make sense because they're long term. Or not, well, they say short term, but obviously everything is considered different. So they've got, actually no, they're trying to say, I might disagree with what they're saying because they're trying to say that 15 cents is the resistance level, even though it's been quite a while since we've got there. So I wouldn't consider this very short term, but on the grand scheme of things, depends what you consider. So the value low or the resistance level I see we can currently go to is 0.0966 cents, and resistance being roughly 11 cents. You could consider it 11 cents. Looking at the volume here, where's the circle there? We've got between 9.7 and 11. So price predictions, I would say. Well, if we look at if there's vacuums or not, we've got this period here from where we are currently now at, and about, I'd probably consider it at 0.0972. So, the strongest point of resistance, where we will see guaranteed resistance, would be 0.0966 cents. But if we were to fall down, we would see it go to about 0.7 or 0.0973. So if I was to buy on the low end, it would be between 0.0966 and 0.0973, I'd say, because that's where we could come down to. So how much is that decrease? That is about a 3%, 2.7% decrease. Now on the upper end, we have seen, and we can see it here, we've bounced multiple times. We do have quite a bit of volume here, so it's a bit rough to say. But if we do break out of 10.2 or 10 and a quarter cents, I think the data will easily show us we've got another volume area, a vacuum there, going up towards 10.73 cents. And if I was to say on the upper end, I'd say now would be a good time if we were to go up to buy, and then we could see it going, if we were to see a guaranteed resistance level, 9.76% on the upper end. But like I said, if we do break out, we would see resistance at the next level of Fibonacci, about 10.7% or 10.7 cents. So I'd consider the 10.7 cent to 10.9 cent. Consider that the range where you want to kind of sell out of Algorand. So I think that's pretty much it for my my price predictions and where you should buy some.
Sounds good to me.
All right. Well, next, our first article of the day is 440 billion. $440 billion wipeout. So, crypto expert warns of $440 billion wipeout. Shares concerning prediction about Bitcoin. Right, okay. So Nicholas Merton reckons a $440 billion decrease in crypto market capitalization. The anticipated downturn is attributed to the Federal Reserve's hawkish approach and tightening liquidity. Massive return. That's how I'm telling. Crypto analyst Nicholas Merton has sounded the alarm of forecasting a significant contraction in the total market capitalization of Bitcoin and various other digital currencies. Merton insights point towards a looming correction in the market. In his latest thing last week, he predicted a hefty $440 billion shrinkage from the crypto market's current valuation. He foresees Bitcoin falling over 43% from its prevailing price, with the market potentially finding a foothold around the $650 billion market cap, and Bitcoin stabilizing between $15,000 to $16,000. Yikes. The best case scenario here for those who've already positioned themselves is that we're going to find support prior lows at around the $650 billion market cap range. Okay, we just said that. I'm not reading that. Okay, so that's pretty much it. So I don't really know where his data is. He's basically just talking about, Federal Reserve's approach has basically mean we're going to fall 43%. Sure, what do you think?
I think he's talking through his backside. I think that if you listen to the experts like Ben Cowan, he predicts 23,000. Might hit 20,000 because we have a very large area of liquidity at 20,000. So my worst case scenario is 20, but I do think we'll struggle to get under 25,000. We'll struggle to get under 23,000. We're going to need a black swan event to cause any of these things to happen. Yeah. That black swan event could be one of many things. Most of them we don't know yet. But for me to get anywhere near 15,000, we're going to have to see something absolutely dramatic happen. So I think he's thinking of getting away with it by being Mr. Negative, when in fact he's being Mr. Unrealistic.
I mean, we say quite often that the market sits on Bitcoin, which sits on macroeconomic events, and trading with indicators is a more logical approach, and then you have emotional trading, which you can't really write down on a piece of paper. So I think this guy's regarding emotional trading as something which can bring the titanium hammer down on Bitcoin. I don't really know where he's getting this from though, because from what we've read from the article, it's attributed, and this is the only thing I can read from what we've read, which is attributing to this 43% fall in Bitcoin, what it says, attributed to the Federal Reserve's hawkish approach and tightening of liquidity. So he reckons that the trading, which isn't indicator, which can't be read from an indicator, he reckons, this approach from the Federal Reserve means we're going to fall down 43%. So I think he's completely wrong, and he's completely disregarding any sort of indicator. And like you said, a black swan event. If the world blew up, if 56% of the world blew up tomorrow, we might see something like this. But he's completely disregarding any sort of indicator and any sort of trend evaluation,
exactly,
which you can do. Because there are multiple support levels we have, and if he reckons emotional trading is this strong, like you said with $20,000 Bitcoin, round numbers and numbers of that sort are even, and in his regard of emotional trading is the be all and end all, $20,000 would be the absolute Hulk strength required to keep it up. So I don't, going off his ideology, I don't even think we'd reach his point. If I was to go off what he reckoned, we wouldn't even see this. We'd see 20,000. He's completely wrong.
I mean, don't forget, even people like Gareth Soloway, who is he's currently a perma bear. Even he hasn't gone this low in his prediction, so I don't know where this guy has got his from. Right, now, we're doing okay for time. Should we move on to the next article, which is to do with the Department of Justice?
How to all time everything out. Hold on. Alright, there we go. Alright. Former SEC official questions lack of DOJ action in crypto cases. In a recently published post, John Reed Stark, a former official of the Securities and Exchange Commission, has expressed his bewilderment over the apparent lack of action by the US Department of Justice in crypto-related cases, specifically regarding the parents of an entity referred to as SBF. He has extensive experience in the field, serving close to 2 decades in the SEC Division of Enforcement, has observed what he terms an extraordinary dearth of US prosecutors related to crypto, despite the numerous enforcement action undertaken by the SEC. What's dearth? Has he mistyped? Right, okay. You always fancy word by these fancy people, I don't know. Tyler Wilkersvoss has dismissed such allegations as super lame, likening them to manufactured parking tickets. Meanwhile, Coinbase and Binance treat their charges as badges of honor. Stark notes. Right. Okay, that's different news. What? Are we ready to say anything? Oh, the SEC official explained that the SEC, primarily being a civil enforcement agency, can only impose so much restraint without the looming possibility of DOJ prosecutions. Entities may continue to trivialize the SEC's regulatory interventions as mere operational costs. Right, okay.
I think the issue is that we've seen regulation by legal enforcement, and because of that, there's no real... It loses its impact after a long period of time. So initially, when maybe Ripple was sued regards XRP, it had the impact. Now it's like the boy who cried wolf, because every week somebody is being sued by the SEC. Then you've got the Department of Justice, and they're just going around suing everybody. So now everybody expects to be sued, and people who want to actually get on and build a blockchain business, they're doing it outside of America.
Yep.
Because it's like that you know, that meme that's, I can't remember how the meme goes, but it's the Oprah Winfrey meme where she goes, cake for you, cake for me, cake for everyone. And it's just the same thing with the SEC. I'm going to sue you, I'm going to sue you, I'm going to sue everyone. And it just lacks any kind of
strength,
sense whatsoever.
Yep. Yeah, it's ridiculous. I mean, we've seen it. Pretty much every crypto company now has operations outside of the US, and then a US part, which basically is like, it's nothing. It's like a piece of paper in the wind. It doesn't do anything really. Oh, it does serve a purpose in terms of trying to abide by US law, because they can't provide a full crypto experience for everywhere else in the world without not being properly applied in US with their US law. So they have to make these companies which basically dumb down everything, where you can't do half these things just because the US might sue you, and even if they still sue you. So I don't really think anything matters anymore. I think America's fallen on its
backside.
Yeah, I was gonna say in a not nicer way, but I thought that.
Right, now we've got one nice positive article to finish the day, and this is the I've called it Summer of Fun because Summer of Investment doesn't really fit.
Right, okay.
So basically, it's just going to go over the fact that even though we're still in the end of the bear market, there's still an awful lot of investment going into crypto businesses.
All right. Crypto funding. Startups raised $115 million across gaming, custody, and institutional services. Well into the autumn, crypto and Web3 startups are beginning to put up side fundraising amounts. As the summer season officially concludes this Saturday, the outlook for crypto fundraising appears promising heading into the fall. 11 crypto startups raised a combined total of $115.5 million across a variety of disciplines this week. Gaming though took the cake. Right, okay. Proof of Play, which describes itself as an on-chain game studio, raised $33 million in seed funding on Thursday. Numerous angel investors participated in the round, including Balaji Srinivasan, Justin Khan, and many others. A16Z's crypto arm led the round, giving high praise to Proof of Play founder Amit Mahajan. Mahajan is no stranger to gaming, having co-created Farmville. Alright, okay. Whoa. The farming simulator that took Facebook by storm in 2009. Quote, Amit and the entire Proof of Play team are committed to a gaming future where composability, interoperability, and permanence are at the core of gameplay. You own your assets, and anyone can create their own game on top of another. A16Z wrote in a blog post announcing the fresh funding. Don't know about that one. Don't know about creating their own game on top of another. Bit like a Roblox. Is that like that trying to like a Roblox experience?
Sounds like way.
That's a very lazy way of making a game.
Yeah.
Because you're not actually making a game, you're making an engine. Proof of Play's first game, Pirate Nation, is a role-playing... Yeah, okay. Oh, that's the NFT game. All right. I thought that was the first ever game. It's a role-playing title that has NFT functionality and allows for developers to build on top of it thanks to on-chain game contracts. The game, which was released back in December, was built on Ethereum Arbitrum Nova. I'm not saying it's a lazy way of making a game, because it still takes a while to make the functionality of it all. But to make a game where it goes, we're going to have something, but then we're going to make everyone else make the game for us. It's like, it's a bit... Because you're just going to get crap. Half the time it's going to be crap. You can get good things, but most of the time it's going to be crap.
Question from the audience.
Yes.
Hidden Agendas has asked, is P2E, is play to earn, ever going to make you money?
It's a hard... I mean, I think it'd be very hard for it to be sustainable without the initial investment being a lot, because of you need a flourishing marketplace to sell, because a lot of the time when play to earn can be viable is in like an MMO, because things need to matter to people, so it needs to be multiplayer, because whether it be a skin where it's and it's like social media in a way, it's like, oh my god, he's got that skin, wow. Or it's a situation of where we need these resources. You can't make a single player NFT game for play to earn and it have any value, because no one's going to need it. So you're going to need like an MMO. So let's say you've got like materials, that's gonna have to provide so much value that you can sell it for so much. And it's just I think it's very hard for something to be worth so much, at a basic. Unless the investment going into it was quite substantial, that it just floated the prices up for everything. But yeah, I don't know. In a world, maybe I'd wish, but I don't think so. I don't think so.
Right. Do you want a well-earned rest and let me do the quiz?
Oh, should we look at those tokens on our certain platform suggested? That's right. I don't have a scene which is just the cameras.
I don't need to worry about that. Why don't you bring up the bring up either the Bitcoin chart or bring up Coin Market Cap while we do the quiz?
I was going to bring the bubbles up.
Oh, I do like that one. So for those of you that have never, we always end the show with a little bit of a quiz, and we do that just to say, just to relax, chill out a bit, enjoy the end of the rest of the day. So we can ask you a few questions. All you have to do is put the answers into chat and we will give you a shout out. So the first question, normally do with the stream, do is answer the question in lowercase. It's very simple. The first question, give me a minute or two to enter it, and then you can answer away. 1 second.
Right. All right.
Okay, the first question is very easy. I want you to give me the name of Decentraland's token. So As you can see, we've covered a few projects today. What is the name of Decentraland's token? All you got to do is put that into chat, and away you go.
Can't believe you put BNB already.
That question appeared.
Yeah.
All right, it's not appeared on my screen. That's why I'm asking. So, very simple question. What is the name of Decentraland's token?
Remember lowercase as well. It's always in lowercase. No capitals anywhere. It's there. Oh, I've no idea. I don't know if I can check. Maybe. Details? No.
So for those of you that have guessed, the answer was Mana, M-A-N-A. Mana is the name of Decentraland's token. It's one of the tokens that we covered today. It's a bit of a giveaway because it was actually in the menu. So next question.
First. I nearly said it. One of my pages just ran out of memory, so I had to refresh.
Okay, next question. What is Algorand's token called? What is the ticker name of Algorand's token? All you have to do is type that answer into chat and we will give you a shout out.
Well, yeah. Right. Right.
It's like having I'm putting myself out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, what is the name of Algorand's token? All you got to do, type the answer into chat, and you will win. You're not going to win much. You're going to win a shout out. That's pretty much it. Also, there's nobody wants to say anywhere. It's really quiet. Your mic off.
Right.
So for those of you that have got it right, the correct answer is of course ALGO. ALGO is the name of the ALGO token. Again, another project that we covered today on the screen. Is Ethereum a proof of work or proof of stake? POW or POS in chat if you will win. Also, really struggling today to see the names of the winners. Not everybody's stats. The app's not working properly.
Right.
Remember, the quiz is just a bit of fun. Just a bit of fun. It's not meant to be anything serious. We're not trying to catch you out. It's just a little bit of fun at the end of the show. We ask you some generic crypto questions. And this one is Ethereum proof of work or proof of stake. The answer is of course. It is POS. It is proof of stake. It switched about 9 or 10 months ago now. It switched from proof of work to proof of stake. And it's deflationary for about 95% of the time. So very recently, where it's actually started to become inflationary because the volume and activity on the chain has fallen so much. Right, next question.
Huh?
What are we doing?
I'm trying to order them in size. Try to get remix onto the left. Yep.
What is the name of the first token? What is the name of the token associated with CRV? Read the letter, tick a name that you have to paste in the chat, and that's all you have to do. What is the name of CRV's token?
Huh?
Do you mean before as in before,
I don't care what it means.
or do you mean before?
You can leave. That's all I care about.
Loads of people get this one right. 55, 60 correct answers on this one. Remember, all you've got to do is face the name in the chat. That is it. 67 correct answers. Perfect. Well done, everybody. Right. A little bit of housekeeping.
Right.
We are live again tomorrow at 11 o'clock. Tomorrow, the show will probably just be myself, as Brogan will be streaming on his gaming channel. So I will do the morning show. It will probably be a little bit more news based rather than project based. So we're back to us to see that we are streaming. Secondly, don't forget to give us a follow. Don't forget to give us a like. We do try and stream every single day. So make sure to show your support in that way. Anything you want to add, Brogan?
No.
Is your microphone on?
Yes, Marshall. No, I don't know. I pretty much always say, you know what, I should record myself saying this thing because I always say it every stream. Thank you all for spending your time coming onto the stream and watch us. Do appreciate it. If you learned something or got some information you might have helped you in any way, then that's what I ask for. Thank you for watching. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Perfect. Well, I'll be back tomorrow. Brogan will be back with me either Wednesday or Thursday this week. I'm not sure which.
Yeah.
And until then, enjoy the rest of your day,
Yeah.
the rest of your evening, wherever you are. Thanks for coming, as Brogan has said, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.